Hello everyone, this is SeİTA Crypto. Today is the 8th of September, the start of the week. We will analyze the market situation as we start the week. As you can see on the screen, Bitcoin has once again reached the $112,000 level, which is currently the most important resistance level. When it breaks above this level, it will have surpassed a resistance zone as shown by the indicator, which will be a very positive sign for an uptrend. However, my personal opinion is that it will be rejected from here again and will drop back to the $108,000, $107,000, $105,000 levels, and from there we will see a rise. But I am following it closely. If a daily close above this zone occurs, we can observe upward movements. When we look at Bitcoin dominance, I said that this zone was a very important resistance. However, it started to show a downward trend before it could even reach here. Currently, a resistance has formed in this area, at the 58.8 level. There is resistance in this zone and it has started to move downwards again from here. However, considering the resistance that Bitcoin is currently at, we should not ignore the possibility that it might move upwards again and reach the 59.2 levels, and we should take our trades accordingly. On the downside, my expectation is still the 57 and 54 levels. As for Ethereum, Ethereum has once again returned to what I mentioned in the last video as a support zone, from where it can get reactions. That's exactly what happened. It came and touched this area and showed an increase of approximately 1.5% from here, and it is using this support very frequently. If we see a rise, our most important resistance zone is still $4,500. It is very difficult to speak positively unless there is a close above this level. If it breaks the support and heads downwards, the next levels it will reach are $4,200 and $4,000 levels. This zone is very important. If the downward movement continues, we can get a strong reaction from this zone. Moving on to the Ethereum-Bitcoin parity, I had stated that this is now a resistance. The importance of this zone still continues. As long as this zone is not broken downwards, Ethereum will continue to be strong and be a positive indicator for altcoins. However, the downward trend continues, as you can see. I think that after it comes here and breaks this downtrend with the support it will get from this zone, it will move upwards and break the downtrend that has been protecting itself for years, which is currently the most important. The 0.044 level is a very important resistance. With the breakout of this, an altcoin rally could occur. Looking at the dollar dominance, in USDT dominance, there was an important resistance here, and it was rejected from that resistance again. It is currently showing a downward movement. There is a slight downward trend, but of course, it is still necessary to be cautious. My main expectation here is the 3.8 zone and then the 2.5 level. I am waiting for these three zones in order. When the bull run comes, we will see these zones in order. In dollar dominance, the areas we need to pay attention to are these zones. When we look at the liquidation heat map, there was a liquidation accumulation in the $112,000 zone, and it is being cleaned up now. As I mentioned in the last video, important liquidations continue to remain at the $108,000 and $114,000 levels. Currently, it is going upwards. If it wants to make it drop, it might clean up the liquidation at the $114,000 level, make a rise towards $115,000, and then fall from there. Or it might gather from here and initiate a downward movement again. It is necessary to be careful. When we come to the ETFs, we closed last week with an outflow in Bitcoin ETFs. There might be inflows today. We will analyze today's data tomorrow again. In Ethereum ETFs, we closed last week with a very large outflow. It was truly a very dark outflow, a very strong candle. This is a very negative indicator, but what will the inflows and outflows be on the first day of the week? What will happen? We will see that tomorrow. If we can see a green candle for today, tomorrow, this would be an important indicator for both the Ethereum-Bitcoin parity and for altcoins. But we closed last week in a very negative way. That's all from me for today. Take very good care of yourselves. Watch the zones I gave carefully, but of course, these are all my own thoughts. None of this is financial investment advice. Whether you value it or not is up to you. If you value it and want more of such analyses, you can come to my Telegram channel in the description and like the video and subscribe to my channel. Take care, and don't get liquidated.